But anyway, I'll show you. Chris found this picture off the internet, and this cat looks a lot like Buster, and he's got a mask, and he's there with 2 other raccoons. Isn't that cute? This reminds me. Hey, Barfly Books, does this remind you of the little joke you made? We've got raccoons in our neighborhood too, and possums and skunks. Even though I basically live in the city, but the way San Diego is not flat, so where they build houses, there's these ravines and stuff where there's still wildlife, rabbits, squirrels. Don't see too many rabbits, but there's possums and skunks and raccoons still, and somehow they've managed to survive by eating out of the cat dishes and stuff that people like me put out. Oh, they dig for grubs and all that too. All right, well, yeah. So, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the lazy thing, and I'm going to go back to my comments for last week, and there's one thing that's kind of, it was kind of on my mind, and I really don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't have dinner. I'm going to drink some more. I didn't have dinner. I went over to Twigs, the new Twigs, to get something to eat, but they didn't have an internet connection. Kind of threw me off. The place is just so different. It doesn't feel like home yet. And so, but I want to thank you all for coming by. Oh, let me go back to that. Krista 140. She says, I live in San Diego, California. I was born and raised here, just a real Southern Cal kind of person. I started out having a small family, and by the time they went out in the world, my family is bigger and more confusing, like most family these days, than I could have ever imagined when I fell in love as a teen. Aww. She's crazy about music, the beach, art, cooking, and preparing good food. Love to listen to wise words, different dialects in other countries. Love to laugh and funny people. And she's favored a South Park kind of thing. That's and she favorited Buster the cat in his new home. So I want to recommend going to the old Frank's channel. Old Frank and Monk.
Buster, I guess you're gonna have to go.
They made a great video about the saga of poor Buster. Oh, poor Buster. Anyway, I love what they do with their Citizen Kong dummy. I really do. I get a kick out of it. And so here's to you, old Frank and Monk. Cheers. And I'm hoping to get some more Dr. Bender stuff out down the pike, but you know, I'm lazy. So anyway, and I want to thank everybody that watched Fez You Up last week. And tell you, it's been a weird day. It's been a weird day. I watched today on I woke up from my nap and turned on a public broadcasting before they switched over to digital. I'm watching television using my rabbit ears. I'm going to tilt the camera down just a bit. And they were broadcasting without commercials the movie with Peter Sellers and Peter O'Toole, and introducing Woody Allen. What's Up, Pussycat? What a great movie. I thought I'd seen it before, but I guess I only remember bits and pieces of it. I guess when I was a kid, I couldn't follow it. I still really couldn't follow it. I was trying to do stuff on the computer too. Never answered any comments, but I did answer some private messages. And I just love that era, you know? And it was shot in France, and Peter Sellers Peter O'Toole is driving this great, you know, what now would be a vintage MG. I think even when the film was made, it was a vintage MG. MGB TD, I believe. And Woody Allen wrote the script, and there's so much stuff about, like, you know, really beautiful women that are all horny, basically. And Woody Allen wrote this great script, you know, all the Woody Allen touches about people in therapy, you know, and sexual addiction, and, you know, and And just Peter Sellers is just amazing. He plays the shrink. And I'm sorry, I get those guys confused all the time. Peter O'Toole was the man with the that needed the therapy for his sexual addiction, and of course they didn't call it that back then. And Peter Sellers was the therapist, and just great locations and sets. And Ursula Anders pops up in there. I have a feeling they must have been shooting the original, the first Casino Royale with Woody Allen, or about that same time, because they make a reference to Ursula Andress and James Bond. Is really really funny. And by the way, in Peter Sellers, Peter O'Toole makes a cameo appearance in Casino Royale, and Woody Allen was in that. I'm just very, very fond of that era, and I'm a big fan of both Casino Royale movies. Critics hated the first Casino Royale because it was just a big mess, but I just adore that movie with a Herb Alpert soundtrack, and like What's New Pussycat soundtrack with Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Just great stuff. I taped it. I don't have a TiVo or anything. I have a VHS recorder. So there you go, Hux Infantry. I don't have all the latest technology. I'll never get over that. You razzing me about when I talk about being poor, and then you're pointing out that I own an iPod. Hey, my priorities are screwed up. What can I say? All right, but thank you for watching Fez You Up, and I want to say, Paul Tinsel, I need to catch up on your videos. I know you posted a few. Delisa Productions been doing some really great stuff. She posted something on her Flamingo channel about her she did a collaboration with Iggy. What's his name? The guy that does a really awesome special effects. She said he speeded up his voice and turned her into a chipmunk. Actually, I thought it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I'll have to wait for, has Iggy posted the full video so I can see it on his channel? I don't know. I'm so behind watching videos. I want to apologize to Coffee Dude, 65. I started to watch a video, but I didn't finish it, and I haven't commented on it. It's still like up on my screen here. Barfly Brooks, I still get a kick out of you. Delpha Gobshot, I want to say hi to you, and I'm glad you're feeling better. But if I'm not mistaken, I think you do have some follow-up visits to the doctor upcoming. So I hope that goes well, and that is if you haven't got that done yet. And